Mm, 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 mm. Hey guys, it's Ohwge and welcome back or welcome to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be doing a little chit chat about this tweet. You guys, this tweet took over African Twitter. And when I say African Twitter, I think mainly South African, Nigerian, some East African countries. I'm not really sure, but like, unless you've been living under a rock, if you're on Twitter, you must have seen this tweet that just was popping up on everybody's timeline. Everybody. You guys, okay, so let's just start from the first time I saw this tweet. I was scrolling, you know now how Twitter can be. So I was just scrolling and I saw this JEWA ENG. I'm sure I've butchered the pronunciation, please. I don't know, I'm saying it how I read it, so just excuse me. Anyway, I saw this tweet here and I remember seeing some really deep, intense reply. Someone had replied to the tweet and I was like, what, you know, give this kind of reply to this tweet. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know what this is about, you know, and I kept scrolling and I logged off. I'd be logged out or whatever, and then some hours later I went back, you know, on Twitter and it was everywhere. It was like, oh, JEWA ENG, and I was like, what is going on? And the thing is, most of the tweets I saw were like replies to this, you know, question, and I was like, what does this even mean, you know? So I checked one of the replies and saw the tweet the person replied to, and it was from this guy, you know, and I checked his own thread, and his first you know, tweet after that, he said something about how he was crediting the very first person to tweet this and stuff. So I went to the person's name he mentioned and stuff, and I went to her own Twitter. So she's South African, I believe, and I saw the tweet, you know, she pinned it to her profile and stuff, you know, and it was like people were telling some really deep stories, really intense like replies, you know, like why are people saying stuff like this, you know? And it turns out this JEWA ENG, you know, phrase or statement or question or whatever I want to call it, well, it translates to something like what's eating you up, or what's doing you, like what are you going through, something like that, I'm not sure, you know, the direct translation, because I actually tried to search on Google Translate, and because I wasn't sure of the language, you know, probably South African, but I'm not sure which exact language or dialect or something, so I wasn't sure. It just kept giving me some random thing. It came down to, you know, what's eating you up, something of that nature, stuff like that. So it was kind of like people just pouring out their heart or their feelings, just letting things off their chest, and it was like, wow, people are really going through it, because it was as if this tweet was opening a dam and people's replies are just pouring in, and man, some of the things that I read, oh my gosh, like probably stuff you consider maybe family secrets or personal like demons that people were just letting out and letting off their chest, and it was just so sad to see, you know. I was like, wow, this person could be God sent, because you don't know what these other people replying were going through and stuff like that, and you know, they just like had to pour out their hearts or had to just say something. And you know, the way most Africans are brought up, kind of, we don't really have this whole talk to a therapist thing. It's just suck it up, kind of. That's kind of like the vibe most of us have when we have issues or whatever. It's like, you'll be fine, you just, you know, whatever, that kind of thing. So if something is bothering you, usually it's not something you share, and especially on Twitter. That's why later on when I saw this tweet about how it could be jazz, I mean juju, because it was a Nigerian year that tweeted this thing. The person was like, this has to be jazz or something for people to be pouring out such, you know, let me call them secrets maybe, you know, that it could be jazz. Because it's like typical Twitter, yeah, people tweet stuff like, hey, what are you up to, or how's your day going, anything, and you may or may not get replies or retweets or anything. But this particular tweet, it was as if people just started waking up from some abyss, like just saying things. I was like, oh my gosh, what if this tweet about jazz was actually a thing, right? I don't know. I don't know if it's possible, but because the level of detail that went into some replies to this ENG tweet, it was like, what? And on Twitter, of all places, you know how Twitter can be. Like, Twitter is like a madhouse. Everybody just does what they like, you know. And with like trolls and bullying and stuff, I was like, I'm kind of, I don't know, I don't really know how to, I'm just thinking like, it was really great, you know, having this outlet and just somewhere to pour out how you feel. At the same time, it's like, on Twitter, of all places, it's like, I don't know, some people can be so mean. They can just go and latch on to some, maybe a reply someone gave to this tweet, and what, in a couple of years or even next week, if someone can just pick on you for it, you know, that kind of thing. And I did notice that a lot of anonymous accounts were coming up replying. I mean, that makes more sense for your privacy and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's just kind of scary because these things will always be on the internet, and you just never know who may come across these things and use it against you. Anyway, another thing that stuck out to me was how Nigerians reacted. You guys, Nigerians are a special breed of human beings. Okay, so I know for a fact, because I'm Nigerian, that we tend to have this weird coping mechanism where we kind of laugh at our problems. Okay, it's like, oh, something is wrong, I just turn it into a joke, because what will you do? You shit. So I noticed that lots of Nigerians were, you know, they started having their own versions of this ENG tweet. So you see something like ENG with some funny, you know, kind of reply, stuff like that, but still related to it. It was like, oh my gosh, Nigerians can take something that is supposed to be pretty serious and just turn it around. Well, I don't know, Sha, but I don't know, I think it's really kind of, I can't really judge them, you know, because I mean, it's life, you know, things happen and you just never know. But at the same time, there are some things that should be taken seriously, I believe. I guess it's that as well. So yeah, let me know what you think or thought of the whole situation, this tweet. You can let me know in the comments what you think. And do you think it was jazz? Do you think it was jazz? Did she sprinkle something on her phone before tweeting it? I don't even know if that's possible. You know, just let me know what you think. What are your thoughts? So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is something I might do more of, you know, just little sit down chit chat stuff. So be sure to like, subscribe, leave me a nice little comment in the comment section, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.